Hey, I'm Tyler with Moreflate, and we're here to put GlueTread to the test on the Rubicon Trail. I go wheeling a lot. I run 40-inch tires, which are really heavy and they take up a lot of space. So I went in this deep dive trying to find a tire repair kit that covers everything that could happen to a tire while I'm out here. So I don't have to carry a spare tire anymore. And that's when I found GlueTread. These things are amazing. They're literally rubber patches with some super glue, some accelerator. You can plug a sidewall on a tire and literally be up and ready to go in like 2 to 5 minutes. It's pretty phenomenal. And we put out a video recently. You can check it out over on our Instagram page where we stabbed some tires in our warehouse at Moreflate. And we got a lot of negative feedback about it, saying it didn't work, it wasn't gonna happen, it wasn't not gonna get you home, it's not gonna get you off the trail, it's not gonna hold in really adverse conditions. And so we're here today to do exactly that. We're gonna stab some 40-inch tires, patch them up, and then go run the trail and see if we can peel any of these off, see how they held up. Should be a really fun day. Hopefully you guys enjoy. The Rubicon Trail is a world-renowned trail. Jeep named one of their vehicles after it. There's a lot of history out here, a lot of folklore out here. It was the original route back in the 1800s from Sacramento up to Tahoe. You cannot beat the views you get out here in the Crystal Basin up here in the Sierras, as well as the difficulty and technical terrain that you're gonna be driving through. And you just don't get that combination of trail anywhere else in the world. The cool thing about this trip here is we got Andy from GlueTread all the way from Montana, flew him out here on the private jet. Andy, come in, I need backup. I need to make sure we're doing this right. It's not going anywhere. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Awesome, man.
Heck yeah.
Let's do the other tire.
Let's do it.
We got a full fun crew.
I'm stoked.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun trip. All right, so now that we got the tires stabbed, GlueTread patches on, we gotta put air back in the tires. And the cool thing about Moreflate is that we left the rear tires at street pressure, anticipating we're gonna have to air up the front tires. So all you do is hook up all 4 tires and it equalizes all 4 of them. So once we're done equalizing, we'll probably drop down to about 5 to 6 PSI for the trail today. We are here up at the top of Whalebones, which is a really fun obstacle. It's kind of like a launch pad. You turn into it, just nose up at the sky. You can't see where you're going. A lot of fun. We've done Gatekeeper and the Bowl so far, had lunch, came up Whalebones, and now we're gonna continue on. The goal is to get down to Buck Island, so we'll see how it goes. We lost traction a little bit. You just kind of get super off camber as you're trying to climb at the same time. Just sit there and spin a little bit, and the patch is solid.
Next up the way here in maybe a quarter mile, we're gonna hit Walker Hills with the lower one, and then we'll hit the upper one.
Thank you. There you go. There's your starter bag.
This is Soup Bowl. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Here we go.
What are the odds it stays on?
100%.
I ain't staying on.
100%, yeah.
After everything we've gone through?
Just wait and see.
Soup Bowl is gonna be the test for GlueTread patches.
Yep.
That sidewall is just gonna be grinding into that shelf, and we'll see what happens. I'm really curious to see if I just rip it off, or if it withstands it, or what's gonna go on. And I had the sidewall on the shelf, but I was also caught up on my slider, on my passenger side slider, and I just wasn't climbing. Got repositioned a couple of times, and finally I got the driver front up in that crack on the upper ledge.
Yes.
And I think it was either you or Ryan.
It was Ryan.
It was
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
He goes,
Look at it. It's just going right through it. Like it's nothing.
look out my window, and the tire is just rotating and just like grinding down this patch in the crack. The tire is like getting sucked under this undercut of the crack. So I just kind of sat there for a minute. I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I'm just watching the tire go round and round and round.
It was
and
no
round.
less than 50 revolutions.
Oh, easy.
I mean,
Yeah. The test was a complete success. I'm bummed I didn't make it up Soup Bowl under my own power, but you know, that's how it works someday. It's a game of inches in rock crawling, and sometimes you got really good buddies around to hook a winch to you. So it's all good. We're gonna head it down to camp. This got like sanded down. Like look at all the rubber that's, I mean, it's just like it was going sandpaper for 10 minutes. It's crazy. It's still on there super solid though. Day 2 on the Rubicon Trail. We're out here at beautiful Buck Island Lake. We're here this morning getting ready for day 2. We're gonna head down to the springs today. Fewer obstacles, but big technical obstacles. Going into this, our plan was to stab all 4 tires at the beginning of the trip, and I was like, I don't know if we wanna like intentionally set ourselves up with weak points to go on the Rubicon, but everything went so well yesterday. We're gonna stab the 2 rear tires, and we're gonna go from Buck Island to the springs with 4 compromised tires completely patched up with GlueTreads. We're gonna have Andy driving for a lot of the day today. So we'll see if he can rip off his own GlueTread patches.
You weren't doing me any favors on this cut, Tyler.
This one's gonna be just a little bit more inconvenient for us here.
4 compromised tires patched up with GlueTread. We're running about 7 PSI. We're gonna be going from Buck Island to the springs. Let's go try it out and see how it goes.
So we watched Tyler come around, and the rear tire just got eaten up through here.
So we just got a great shot of this coming over that rock around the corner, and it's pretty heinous. So what you can see, you can kind of hear it. There's a little bit of air coming right there. So again, this is a super easy fix. So all you gotta do is just separate the patch with the knife, drop a little bit of adhesive in there, and then hold it as tight as you can. Let it sit for a second, and then spray it with this accelerator, and then that'll patch up and you'll be good to go.
we made it to the springs. We just got through Big Sluice and everything after Big Sluice. A lot of fun. So we had one super minor issue, and really it was just because we're being perfectionists. and so we wanted to see if we could seal it up because I ripped on a rock really hard. I thought for sure we'd ripped it off. I immediately stopped and I was like, we should probably look at that. And it was still on there. It was leaking a tiny bit, but like it should have ripped the whole patch off, and it stayed on. I was really impressed.
You know, the idea is that they'll get you out of trouble, but we started in trouble and came the whole way through and were able to make it with, like you said, one pretty minor deal.
We made it all the way from Loon yesterday to the springs with one super minor issue.
On 4 tires.
On 4 tires, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So cool, shall we get to camp?
Let's do it.
Gladiator wants to say a word.
All right, so I gotta say I was a little bit skeptical. The reason I just walked over here and started talking is I just want to say I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm a believer. I actually already own the product because I got it as a Christmas gift because my mother-in-law gave it to me. But I'm gonna go buy the 4x4 kit after this.
Day 3, bright and early. The rig has been doing great. The tires are holding up phenomenally. The patch that we redid yesterday hasn't leaked at all that I can tell. One of the tires was a little squishier than I wanted. I think it was down at like 3 to 4 PSI after being at 6. So we just put the Morphlate on, equalized everything out, pumped everything up about 1 to 2 PSI, and we're good to go. So we're gonna start out here, head up Cadillac. Next stop will be Observation Point. Cadillac Hill. At Tahoma, in the Tahoma parking lot. Made it through the trail, didn't have to do anything coming up Cadillac through the last 10 miles of Forest Service Road. Super impressed on all the abuse we put these things under. They're still holding just fine. Yeah. So.
Feels good to be back on pavement.
I don't know about that.
GlueTreads work, I admit it.
That was crazy.
Why are you even carrying a spare tire?